What's up, Shield Wall Nation? I'm back. And I'm back with your daily report. Now, before I do, you know the drill. Go down below, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, that little bell notification icon so you can get updated with all the the content of my content, and you'll get a notification. Let's get into this. So, I'm not going to go over the COVID facts because there's a lot of stuff to go over. So I'm gonna just as I've been doing, I'll just put it down below, and you can go and look at that and go, oh, wow, that's a lot. Okay. After no agreement has been reached this past week, last week, for the stimulus package, President Trump accused the Democrats of stonewalling aid and signed 4 executive orders, bypassing Congress to deliver relief to Americans. He has announced a $400 a week unemployment payout and extensions for both student loan relief and eviction protections. He has also signed a payroll tax holiday, a deferral, for Americans earning less than $100,000 through the end of the year, and has promised more relief if he wins in the second term. I'm pretty sure Biden will promise that too. It's just something that is a big voter topic, so whatever. Whatever. Let's see. I'm not sure when, maybe the last report or maybe the one before, talking about the Transition Integrity Project. It's supposed to be bipartisan, right? Okay. In a recent interview, Niles Gilman, one of the organizers of the Transition Integrity Project, encouraged Donald Trump is not so much running for re-election as trying to stay in power by any means he can. Gilmer reiterated that a false fraud narrative, violence in the streets, and the growing political violence will likely take place during the months following the election day. Gilmer called for Democrats to challenge fringe perspectives on fraudulent mail-in voting, for social media companies to correct inaccurate information, and for law enforcement to plan for the provocateurs in large protests, and for people to prepare for a mass mobilization if election is contested by Donald Trump. Gilmer concluded that if Biden wins, a truth and reconciliation commission, like the one South America or Africa, could be established to address Trumpism after Trump. So, like I said, this group, acronym is TIP, was supposed to be, initially is hailed as a non-partisan group, but as Niles Gilman came out, it kind of sounds like maybe he's just it, or maybe there's a few other members within that group that are one-sided, or at least leaning one side. So that kind of brings a lot of discredit to the group, but nonetheless, they have at least something going on, some truth behind what they're researching. It's still has significant warning value. So, regardless, just a group trying to get popular and seen and things for what's going on around the world. Now, you heard this last week, and I'm late on doing video, and I really don't care, but it says former Vice President Joe Biden this week said that unlike African American community, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community. Biden made this remark during an interview hosted by the National Association of Hispanic Journalists and National Association of Black Journalists. So later on, he actually went on to apologize, but still the damage is done, because of course if you don't vote for him, you're not black, and that the black community is not diverse, as at least it's not as diverse and open-minded as the Hispanic community. Like, he's just digging himself a hole while sniffing little kids on the way down and doing bad things to them. He's sick man. So yeah, I would not want to be his campaign manager, because suicide would be such a relief. Such a relief to put out all the fires from Joe Biden. I mean, I wouldn't want to be a campaign manager regardless, especially now. So anyways, let's talk about the wonderful attacks going on in Portland, Oregon. It says it continued throughout the night. Rioters led by the Youth Liberation Front, or the YLF, I mentioned that in one of my other videos, once again threw rocks and bottles at law enforcement officers, dispersing the crowd. Makeshift caltrops made with welded rebar were used to deployed by rioters in the streets, damaging police vehicles used in response to the violence. At least 2 elderly residents attempted to extinguish fires set by the anarchists, were assaulted with paint thrown at them by the rioters. There's a video out there. Like, there's one little lady backed up against the wall trying to put out a fire. I think it was already extinguished. I didn't see a fire. But she already has paint on her face and getting yelled at and cussed out by a group of people. I'll get with that. Let's see. So these attacks more further into the suburban areas. Local law enforcement and local populations are more likely to openly counter the violence. Rioters reportedly moved into Portland suburbs and Beaverton and increased the chances of locals mounting more substantial opposition is likely to increase. So there was this supposed to be this huge thing going up in Weatherford here in Texas. And we're supposed to have something like 6,000 BLM and NFAC is supposed to show up there, and so I didn't go there. There's a few people that went up there, and they said that they saw some BLM scouts looking in the area, and a few buses circling the area, and then they left. They didn't even get off the bus. There's an incident in Texarkana where there's something like 4 buses that showed up. They said packed with people. You can see their heads. They didn't even get off the bus. So once you show opposition, they turn tail and run. Same with that old lady. They found an easy victim to pick on, so they can feel like they got the biggest swing in town. But when they meet someone that of less opposition but has shown force, you don't even get off the bus. Hashtag BLM are cowards. Hashtag BLM is a joke. Yeah, I said it. I don't care. I really don't. So, going on with these attacks on elderly women, this wonderful human being from Teen Vogue writers, Cadiz Mallet, described Portland anarchists as freedom fighters. They call that wonderful human being called for readers to support arrests rioters with financial aid and to support defunding and dismantling law enforcement agencies. She also hailed Angela Davis, a communist who was charged with aggravated kidnapping, first-degree murder in California in 1970, as a freedom fighter, before calling for further riots. So, yeah. Really, like, saying violence and murder and destruction is freedom, are freedom fighters? Wait till you defund the police and armed citizens, they have to defend themselves. What are you going to do then? Because there's going to be a tipping point where people, I'm not saying right side, people are sick and tired of all this BS that's being shoved down everyone's throats, because if you don't get along with BLM, you're a racist. Yep. Well, guess what? I'm not getting on board this BLM train. Never will. I do believe Black Lives Matter. I do believe all lives matter. But I'm not going to get on this movement of Black Lives Matter. Because that movement is disgusting. Bringing discredit to the lives that's supposed to matter. That they say that matters. BLM movement is disgusting. But if I'm a racist because I don't like that movement, oh well. My life still continues. I'll still love and respect everyone. No matter their gender, their sexual orientation, their skin color, their religion. I'll respect everyone. Until you give me an individual reason for that individual for me not to respect, I won't respect that individual. BLM sucks. Hashtag. Anyways, I digress. So, FYI, I ain't a racist. I may look white, but I'm Hispanic. I have more Hispanic friends than I have white friends. Oh well. I never really got accepted into a racial group. I was too white to be Hispanic, too Hispanic to be white. Because black people don't accept much other than their own. Asian community when I grew up, I don't know, you might see one walking off like, oh crap, it's an Asian person. Because there weren't that many there. It's majority Hispanic. But whatever. A little bit about me. So, anyway, Shield Wall Nation, I'm going to end this video. Stay strong. Stay resilient. Shield Wall up.